Today, we recognize that the leadership of the Longzi Tong has been transferred.
9, Mei Ling has already taken over the Tong, and by the time you get to the tournament, that's her first coming out in a way as the Tong leader, so she pulls out all the stops and really dresses as a serious warrior.
It's drastic, the Mei Ling before power and after power. You've seen one way that Mei Ling has set herself, and I come in for the arena fight looking like a dragon queen. It was just crazy. I have this all emerald green outfit with the dragon, and it's like every piece has a story, and it's building to this grand overlook.
The arena was actually not how I'd imagined it would be. It was a lot rawer than I imagined, but then worked so well against the strength and glamour of the two women.
My outfit was insane. I didn't really know how they would keep topping the idea of Ah Toy dressed to the nines, because Ah Toy's kind of always dressed to the nines.
We wanted Ah Toy to basically look like her clothing was coming right off the fashion runways in Paris. We want every time Ah Toy walks on screen for her to really pop and for her to be wearing something that's not period appropriate, that isn't necessarily of the time or of the place, but just something that really defines her as a visionary and somebody who does everything her own way.
They made me look like a queen. It was very regal. It had black and gold feathers on the shoulders with pops of red, complemented with this hairstyle that I think added a good 6 inches to my head, and this makeup that turned out to look kind of like a mask, very warrior couture.
And even though they were not in the ring fighting themselves, the Toy and Mei Ling feel that there was the threat between them.
The outfits that Joe created, I felt it when I was standing in those costumes and becoming that new character. It was incredible. I know for some of you it might be difficult to accept a woman as your leader, but I see a great and prosperous future for the Longzi.
When we're sitting in the writers' room, we're talking about every action movie and every martial arts movie we've ever seen, and the idea of creating this tournament to resolve their problems gave us the opportunity to do a blood sport or do an Enter the Dragon fight on television.
This one's a little bit different from all the rest of them because there's so much at stake here.
Are you sure about this? Only one of us is going to walk out of there.
Just the idea of having a tournament, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. When we have all the power. You didn't have to do this.
I didn't.
Ah Toy thinks it's 49 to 51, because in terms of physical ability, I think the two are very well matched, and it could go either way.
As you come in, the crowd cheers, all that stuff. I never thought I'd have a moment like that. I tried to figure out the thoughts of the fight, the actual movements of the fight, try and get it second nature, so that by the time the actual shooting came, we're in our head as little as possible, and we're just there.
The Sahm was based on speed. Fast, 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 fast.
He's still kind of a show-off. He still just wants to be known as the best fighter, but without something to fight for, without a discipline and without a purpose. He's just a hired gun.
When you're really good in martial art, then you realize, once you say you're the best in the world, then you're done.
Martial arts is like a chess match. You're always trying to think 3 moves ahead so you can set it up for that takedown or the kick. Where Ah Sahm wants to pelt you with everything, Liang waits for you to come in. And his strength is once you get close.
Liang may not be a better fighter than Ah Sahm, but Liang is the true warrior. Liang has a purity of purpose. He fights for his Tong, he fights for his love.
He's kind of guy that very mature in terms of how he sees martial art. He doesn't let emotions control the fight. That's why he's effective.
In that arena, it really became primal, because they were really telling the story of where their characters were at.
I was a bit surprised. Usually the lead is gonna win everything, you know. Gets the girl, win the fight, and then in episode 9, somehow Leon destroyed him badly.
Bill's reaction to seeing the fight is one of awe and intimidation. But this guy's job is to stand really in between these people and stop them from killing each other and killing other people.
He's gonna break his neck!
I've given him so many chances already. And so, am I okay with watching him die? Yes.
I think it's really interesting that he lost, because I think he could have won at some point. He's a great fighter, but to be a great martial artist is a different thing. And I think Leon had more purpose, and at that point, he was the better martial artist.